Hey guys, Frat Brad. Want to talk about another project that I did. It's on a Nissan Armada that we had purchased earlier this year due to us having twins. We needed another vehicle. Go figure, we went from 2 kids to 4 kids. You don't fit in a regular 3 seats in the back, 2 seats in the front anymore. You need an extra seat. So I bought this Nissan Armada, had a couple issues. I did replace the outer tie rod and ball joint. It was bad on the driver's side. I think that's really the main thing. The front skid plate was all messed up. I took that off. It had been all bent and was making a lot of noise. You turn, it would catch on the steering rack and everything. So I took that off. I replaced the windshield washer reservoir because it was cracked. I replaced the MAF sensor, and then most recently the downstream oxygen sensor on the driver's side bank. So I had gotten a check engine light. Well, let me back up. So there was an exhaust leak. When I first bought it, it would come and go on the driver's side for sure, and these things are known. The exhaust manifolds, just crappy. I don't know why, it's just the design, but they have leaks all the time. So there was a leak, it would come and go, and then finally it was just constantly on. My buddy that I've referenced before in other videos lives 45 minutes north of here. He's like a master technician for over 20 years for Ford, knows everything and anything about any vehicle. So I took it to him. I didn't want to delve into that project as far as the exhaust manifold, mainly because my fear were the exhaust manifold studs, getting those out if they were seized in there, if they broke. I don't really have the tools and the expertise to fix that issue and make it work, and I don't want the vehicle to be stranded here, all tore apart, and I'm not able to actually put it back together because I broke some exhaust manifold studs and bolts. Anyway, so he had fixed that, and it wasn't that bad of an issue. Put it back together, tightened it up. Everything worked great. Well, about a month or 2 later, check engine light comes on. And I forget what it was, but it was catalytic converter efficiency below threshold on the driver's side. And it was the downstream oxygen sensor was detecting on that driver's side. You have an upstream and a downstream. Upstream oxygen sensor is before your catalytic converter. Downstream oxygen sensor is post catalytic converter. And they basically test each other, right? So as the exhaust gases flow towards the first one, it detects the ratio, goes through the catalytic converter, and then the second one detects the new ratio. And if the computer doesn't detect that the catalytic converter is actually functioning and cleaning up that exhaust, then it's saying, hey, there's a problem. Well, I had an issue, and it was saying, hey, it's not working, which is like, oh, shoot, well, that kind of sucks. So I just gave him a few $100 to fix this catalytic converter now, or the exhaust leak, and now the catalytic converter needs to be replaced. And these catalytic converters are built into the exhaust manifold, so you have to replace that whole exhaust manifold. It's such a pain in the butt, stupid idea, in my opinion. Whatever, Nissan engineers. Well, before I did that, it was also throwing the MAF sensor code, so I decided to purchase a MAF sensor, again, just off of Amazon. I don't know, $20, $25, $15, I don't know. It was cheap. Replaced that and checked all the connections that the air intake was nice and sealed. And then I decided to also purchase the downstream O2 sensor on the driver's side. Jacked the rig up, removed the driver's side wheel and tire, removed the fender liner so I could access, because it's right there just on the other side of the fender liner. I'll kind of show you because it's tight with everything in there. So you got your driver's side, if you can see in there. You probably can't see very well, but it's basically just right on the other side of that upper control arm and fender liner. This is my puppy, by the way. His name's Luke. We've had him for a couple weeks. Had to put my other dog down a couple months ago. My other dog was a great dog. This puppy is a turd, but he's learning. We'll get him there. Anyway, so I replaced that oxygen sensor, cleared the codes, ran some, hold on, jets flying over. Ran some fuel system cleaner through it, and just one of the generic catalytic converter system cleaners through it as well. That was probably a month or two. Hold on, jets again. That was probably a month or two ago. Driven it all over. No check engine lights. It's running great. No stored codes. So, yeah, you don't like the jets? It's loud, huh? So yet again, another project that I just decided, did some online research to figure some things out, use the tools that I've acquired at home, and just started. I've never replaced an O2 sensor. I've never really dealt with exhaust, hardly ever. And it worked, and it runs great, and I don't have any issues. So again, just another example. If you have a problem, if you have a challenge, if there's a project, do it. Just try it. Figure it out. And I'll tell you, from personal experience, for a long time, most of the projects aren't going to work. And you're going to mess up. And you're going to get stuck. And it's going to suck. Ask for help. Reach out to professionals. Online is great. Internet's amazing. Good and bad, because there's a lot of douchebags and jerks out there too that are going to make fun of you and mock you and lie to you. But also there's a ton of good people. I've had so many people help out and give good advice and everything. So get out there, try it, become a generalist, stop being a specialist. Good luck.